Alright, so this is our setup so far. To the left we have a creepy corpse in the tree. He's got some weathering on him to look like he's burning up. I need to add some spotlights over there so that you could actually see his detail. The green is just kind of like to cast onto the tree. Right here we're starting our little graveyard section. There'll be a box around this side and around this side to try to sort of box it out and boundary the stuff within. I don't know, I don't think I'll be able to add anything to the walkway this year because we just moved into this house, so it's kind of, we had a bunch of stuff going on, and this is really the first time I'm able to even do any decor like this, so I'm pretty blessed to be able to. But here's the porch. I wanted to definitely highlight that cauldron there. That is from Target, and 35 bucks for this bubbling cauldron. A really cool deal for what it is. And if you try to find like a cauldron and put it together, you're probably going to spend about that much as it is. So the only thing that isn't DIY at the moment, we have these skulls, or jack-o'-lanterns rather, sorry, and they were weathered a bit to make them look a little bit more creepy. They're not coming through too great on camera, but next year I'm definitely gonna add some Gorilla Glue to them and make them look more decrepit. This decoration style is more just all encompassing. It's not really like themed or too creepy. It's more just like Halloween based, and it's something that you just kind of learn over time, which is cool because I mean, again, this is my first time, so I'm gonna be learning the ropes of the home haunt and working on theming and getting everything looking good. Things like these topiaries wouldn't really fit into any sort of theme, really. They're more so just decor for decor's sake. This is a very Pinteresty style front porch. I have a coffin, DIY paper mache coffin with skeleton in there. Got some Dollar Tree cobwebs. That whole thing was probably like $20 to make. It even has some LEDs in there. Let's see if you can kind of see them in there now. They're solar. They don't really add too much to the effect. Again, this with the LEDs in there, it kind of looks too cutesy and not really too creepy. It's a fine line to play, but yeah, that's pretty much it. From here you can kind of see the display as it's coming together. I have some more stuff that I'm going to show you in the garage that I'm going to set out there to kind of pull together the theming. So let's go inside, and I'm going to bring that inside and talk about it at the end of the video. So in here, this is our what is it, powder room. It's just like a small bathroom. We have the creepy witch. This is actually a swamp witch that I got from Lowe's. This is just the 7-foot tall witch that typically looks like a more Disney style witch with a big hat and whatnot. I converted it over to swamp witch thing, so I added some clothing to it to make it look more realistic, added some talismans and coins and whatnot, and this really cool skull from Spirit, and then kind of just kept all the other stuff on there. I'll probably use the try me button. I actually thought of an idea where I use the try me button to trigger this thing as like it would be like a Indiana Jones style trigger where you're kind of lowering your senses and misdirecting the audience to like a little interesting treasure or something where they have to push it, and this will trigger, because I really don't even like the thing being on. It kind of looks too corny, and then I'll have to hear it the whole night. So I'll just light this as a static prop, and then if anybody does come up to the porch, I'll have like a secondary little trigger for them to turn on the prop. But let's go to the garage and see the rest of the stuff. So here's another one from Target that I picked up. Pretty cool little prop. I'm gonna add my own light so I could actually plug it in. I kind of hate battery powered anything. So this is like a cemetery gravestone head, or like a marker. Hard to tell what it is. It's kind of dark and ominous in here, but I'm gonna go out to the garage and show you some other stuff. So here we are. This is kind of like the bigger piece to the display, which is just your typical cauldron with TP and some creepers that are going to be involved. These are kind of like, I would consider these like the deacons or bishops of the witch. They're like her little minions. So they'll be out by the gated area with this in the center, and obviously have the expanding foam skull pile. And then this is a DIY that I did. I'll have all this stuff, I think most of it anyways, shown on the channel, like the DIY version. It's not going to be like anything crazy in depth or anything, but I will show somewhat of a step-by-step on the majority of the stuff. But this is actually just 1x2 that we had in a demo pile over there. There's a demo pile from the previous owners of this house. We just kind of ripped a bunch of stuff off the wall, and there was some 1x2s, and I figured probably more stable than finding some sticks that large that were on the ground, you know, because they're usually rotten. So found or put together this teepee style sort of, I don't even know, base. And then I found some sticks out in the woods, and I just brad nailed them onto the 1x2. And it really doesn't have to be like perfect or anything. From this far, you can't really, nobody's gonna really care that there's a 1x2 underneath of it. You're just gonna immediately see the sticks, and your brain will kind of fill in the gaps. Kind of like reading a word that's all scrambled up, but has the same letters at the first and the last letter of the word. Like if you read duck and it's like spelt DCUK, you'll probably still read duck. Anyways, rambling, but that is probably going to be the extent of the props for this year. I'll probably make some tombstones just to fill in the gaps, and I still have some like smaller prop ideas that I want to get done. I'm gonna add a entryway to the little gated section that has some sort of sign on it, and that'll probably do it for this year. And then I'll spend next year in the off season thinking up, or not even thinking, because I already know what I'm doing next year, but I'll start planning the design and thinking of the theme a little bit more intentionally, because yeah, it's actually, once you start on this journey of home haunting, it's you on like in your thoughts, it seems like it'll come together a lot quicker, but then once you start doing it, you'll need way more props, and you'll have to have the things themed together a lot better than just like buying stuff from a store. Anything store-bought, you're not going to really get the same effect as like a true themed haunt. So my next year's idea is going to include like facades and tents and all sorts of things, and I'll have to repurpose all my existing stuff. And that's also an engineering and design challenge in itself, is thinking of how I could use all of the props that I already have that are themed in a different way, but use them in a new theme. So that'll be fun in the future. Let's go check out that cauldron and close out the video. So yeah, out of all the props that I have gotten this year or made, this one is probably the best bang for buck. And even Cami liked this one. She was kind of shocked by how much interest I had in this cauldron, but it's definitely one of the better looking props from a big box store. And you plug it in and it gives a really good effect without any work. And although it's only one bubbler in there, outside you could see that you could really pick up on the mist still. It's powerful enough to be seen, and I think it should hold up. I mean, there's really nothing to these props, so you just kind of use it until it's broken. But if the mister, I think they use a little ceramic disc. If the mister goes bad, then I'll just have to either replace the ceramic or get a new one. But it is a rarity because finding a solid color in these misters is pretty difficult. If you're looking for just the mister itself, typically you have to find like a whole package deal. And this one's at Target. They don't have it listed very clearly on their website, but at my Target, they said that this was not available in the store at all, but it was. I just kind of bit the bullet and took a guess on them not accounting for their seasonal Halloween inventory, and they had one left in stock. So if you're interested in this little cauldron that Target has, definitely go check it out, because the inventory at my Target was already low, and who knows if they'll get reshipment or anything on the Halloween stuff to refill the shelves. I don't really know how that goes as far as merchandising, but that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next Halloween video.